Hey, my name is Zinny, and I love... well...
Ma, your food is getting cold.
How dare you command me, you poor maid! People call me rude and arrogant, but I don't care.
In the bustling city of Obinago, where tall buildings kissed the sky and luxury spoke louder than humility, lived Zinny Eziora, a 17-year-old girl wrapped in wealth but empty of wisdom and manners. Zinny was the first child of Chief Raymond Eziora, a powerful construction mogul whose name opened doors even before it was spoken. From the moment Zinny learned to speak, she learned to command. Servants jumped at her voice, drivers waited endlessly for her mood, and teachers tread carefully around her sharp tongue. Her mother, Mrs. Eziora, once gentle and hopeful, had grown weary from endless apologies to offended visitors and embarrassed elders. Despite living in abundance, Zinny was restless. She believed kindness was weakness and obedience was for people without money. She detested the poor, seeing them as nothing but pests. Zinny was spoiled right from her childhood, with constant expensive vacations and making of hair every 2 days. Zinny was a perfect description of pride, as she carries herself with so much arrogance. On a cool evening, Zinny was passing through the street of Obinago when she met a beggar. Zinny, furious, as the man reached out to her for help, poured him water. "I hate poor people, they disgust me," she cursed. Everyone was stunned and shocked as her attitude became the talk of the town. One Saturday afternoon, the Eziora family hosted a grand foundation lunch meant to provide scholarships for underprivileged children. Community leaders, elders, and journalists filled the compound. Zinny arrived late, dressed extravagantly, phone pressed to her ear, chewing gum loudly. This drew the attention of the guest. When a village head who felt uncomfortable with this attitude gently corrected her behavior, Zinny scoffed.
Old man, this gathering exists because of money. My father's money.
The laughter that followed was nervous and forced. Cameras captured the village head's pained expression. That night, the video spread like wildfire. Comments flooded in: spoiled, shameless, disrespectful. For the first time, Chief Eziora felt his wealth could not buy silence. At Royal Crest College, Zinny's reputation was well known. She comes to school in her exotic car while other students stand and admire. She skipped classes, humiliated classmates, and openly challenged teachers, chew gum, or make calls while class is ongoing. When Mrs. Ede tried to caution her, she gave her the worst insult of her life.
Is it because you're privileged to teach me that you are trying to correct me? How dare you!
During exam, Zinny was caught cheating. Instead of being remorseful, she smirked.
"You can call my father,"
she said confidently. But something had changed. The principal no longer smiled. 2 days later, Zinny was expelled. The expulsion shattered the illusion of control. For 3 nights, Chief and Mrs. Eziora argued behind closed doors. On the 4th morning, Zinny was summoned to the living room. "There is a school," her father said slowly, "far from this city. No special names, no special treatment." Zinny laughed, thinking it was a joke, until she saw her mother's eyes. They were firm, unyielding. That same week, Zinny was driven away from Obinago, not in luxury or affluence but in silence. Umuaka Reform Academy stood on a dusty hill, surrounded by farmlands and discipline. The buildings were old, the air quiet, and the rules unforgiving. The headmaster, Mr. Edwin, did not raise his voice. He did not need to. The school was known for ages as a disciplinary school, where your wealth won't be considered or noticed. Here, Zinny fetched water at dawn. She scrubbed floors until her hands burned. Talking back meant night duty. Complaining earned extra chores. The first month broke her. She tried several times to escape, all to no avail. She cried in the dark, whispered apologies to nobody, and wondered how life had turned so cruel. Yet, nobody rescued her. One evening, Zinny collapsed from exhaustion while carrying water. A fellow student, Aisha, helped her up without judgment. "Why help me?" Zinny asked weakly. Aisha smiled. "Because tomorrow it might be me." That simple sentence stayed with Zinny longer than any punishment. As months passed, Zinny began to see herself clearly. The anger, the pride, the emptiness. She started waking early, completing tasks without complaint. She apologized, first awkwardly, then sincerely. Mr. Edwin noticed. Strength, he said one evening, is not loud. Zinny became a mentor to new students, guiding them through pain she once resisted. She listened. She served. She learned silence. When her parents visited after 2 years, they barely recognized her. She knelt to greet them. 5 years later, Zinny stood before a hall of young students, not as a rich man's daughter, but as a woman shaped by consequence.
I once thought money made me untouchable, but discipline taught me how to touch lives. Some children are not evil, only uncorrected.
Some pride is not confidence, only ignorance. And sometimes, love wears the face of discipline. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video.